everyone, it's Noor and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys things you must fall in love with. And obviously the purpose of this video is for you to really realize things you may have not realized before in order to make you the best version of yourself. Because I'm here to tell you that if you fall in love with the things I'm going to be listing, you will literally be able to live up to your highest potential. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, the first thing you should fall in love with is creating space for yourself. Now listen guys, you don't understand how important it is to just be off from everybody, to disconnect and to just sit with yourself, reflect, spend alone time with yourself, because best believe the only way you'll be able to appreciate yourself is when you enjoy your own company. You know, of course it's good to have friends, you know, to be around your family, but you must enjoy your own company first before you do anything else. Because when you enjoy your own company, it's gonna allow you to connect with other people as well. Most of the time, people who don't enjoy their own company end up doubting whether other people enjoy their company. Whereas if you love your own company, you know yourself, then you will want other people to be in your space. And of course, I also suggest when it comes down to creating space for yourself, you know, to practice your hobbies, you do things that will help you connect with yourself. For example, you know, spending time in nature, reading books, maybe you like to play tennis, you like to play basketball, just anything that you really enjoy doing. It is really important to take that time off for yourself. Because I'm telling you, people who don't create space for themselves and they don't spend time with themselves, you end up becoming a robot. It's like you're waking up, you know, you're eating, you're working, sleeping, then repeating. It's like, do you really want this to be your identity? I don't think so. That's why it's so important for us humans to take time for ourselves. Now, the next thing you should fall in love with is growing. Now, when I say growing, of course, the only way you'll be able to grow is, of course, through experiences, through making mistakes and learning from them, to make sure that you're a more mature person, you know, compared to who you used to be before. And the only way you'll be able to actually grow is to be open to learning, be a more understanding person, a person that has willpower. Because best believe if you don't want to grow, then you won't grow. You have to be willing to do that. And of course, when it comes down to growing, it depends on each person, because every single person has different experiences, and one person might want to grow in a certain area that the other person might not want to, or the other person might not feel the need to because he's already there. So I do believe that you need to go on this journey of figuring out, like, who do you really want to be? How do you want to grow? It can be in all aspects of your life, whether that be you want to grow in your relationships, whether that be you have some personality traits that you would like to mature and you want to better. Like, it really depends on each person, and I just feel like it is really important to want to grow, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to stay stuck in the same position for the rest of their life. Now, the next thing you should fall in love with is slowing down. You need to understand that direction is more important than your speed. Sometimes in life, taking a step back and slowing down will really do you a big favor, because it'll allow you to reflect, it'll allow you to think clear about certain situations, and of course, this will higher your chance of making the right decisions. And always remember that sometimes you have to take a step back to take 8 steps forward. So whatever you are going through in life, no matter what you're trying to do, you know, if you're trying to achieve your dreams, you're trying to achieve your goals, you're working on this amazing important project, whatever it may be, you may be going, let's say, through a problem right now, it's very important to slow down, take a step back, analyze the situation, and reflect on what you need to do. Because I'm here to tell you, no matter how fast you're gonna respond, no matter how hard you're working, if you're not working on the right things and you're not really reflecting on what's going on and making sure that you're taking the right step, then all of this is gonna go to waste. And that's why your direction is so important. Because if your direction is right and is correct, then no matter how slow you're going, you will be guaranteed that you will get there. It's not about how fast you're doing something, it's not about how much you're rushing, because I'm here to tell you, rushing the process and trying your best to do something as fast as possible is not gonna guarantee you success. All you gotta do is make sure that your direction is at the right place and then go for it. Even if you have to crawl, even if you have to walk slowly, it doesn't matter as long as your direction is correct. Now, the next thing you must fall in love with is becoming the best version of yourself. Listen, evolving is extremely important, and we should all aim to be better than the person we used to be yesterday. And how you should go about this, you know, it's not really complicated. All you gotta do is make sure that you're becoming better better, at least 1% every single day. I mean, take that 1% over a year, over 2 years, over 3 years, you're gonna see how massive your progress is going to be. Let's say you're trying to learn a new skill. Let's say you're trying to learn a new language. Let's say you want to become a public speaker. Let's say you want to become an artist. You want to become an author, whatever it may be. If you practice your skill every single day and you make sure that you're learning new things and you're becoming better than the person you used to be yesterday, then that's really all you need. And that could literally apply to your health. It could apply to your work. It could apply to your relationships, whether you're trying to be fit, whether you're trying to build an amazing physique. Of course that takes dedication. In the gym you have to practice every single day, and best believe that practice is going to show you improvement, whether you're trying to close those deals. By the time, if you keep doing it and you keep practicing, that you will become a better salesman, let's say. And when it comes down to relationships, maybe at first you may have not been the best partner, but you learned to be. You became a better person. You evolved. So it's just really all about you evolving in every aspect of your life, and I feel like this is extremely important to do. Now, the next thing you should fall in love with are the things that are good for you. Listen, anything that is toxic for you, I need you to let go of it immediately. Whether that is in relationships, in things, in bad habits like smoking, drinking. You've got friends that are toxic for you. Let's say your environment is not suitable for you. Anything that isn't good for you, you need to let go of, because it's going to hinder your progress and it's going to hinder your potential. So I would suggest, when you get away from that, focus on the things that are good for you. Of course, healthy relationships, healthy habits, prayer, family time, hobbies, every single thing that is good for you. I need you to focus on that, and you will see the massive difference. At the end of the day, you're not going to be able to vibrate at a high degree, at a high level, if you've got negative energy surrounding you. And that negative energy can come from things as well. And that's why I mentioned any bad habits, let go of it, because you have to be the healthiest version of yourself in order for you to think clearer, in order for you to know exactly what you need to do and where you should be. Now, the next thing you should fall in love with is being present in all moments. Now, you have to understand that the only things you genuinely own in this world are moments in time. All the things you own, the nice watches, the cars, the houses, whatever you may have, it's all gonna go. You're not gonna take them with you. The only thing that's gonna stay are the moments, the memories. And in order to make the most out of your life, you have to be present and seize each moment, I'm telling you. Because when you become old, like 80 or 90, are you really gonna think about, I have this expensive dress, I have this expensive watch, I have this, I have that. Do you really think you're gonna care? No. You're gonna reflect and look back at the moments you had and how much you genuinely were present and enjoyed those moments, because those moments will never be repeated, ever. And that's why it's so important to just be present. Whether you're celebrating your birthday, whether you're going out with your friends, whether you're experiencing a new adventure, whatever it may be, just seize the moment and be present. Don't think about the future. Don't think about the past. Think about the present, because that's the only thing you genuinely have. And I'm really also learning about this, because it's like sometimes I would see myself, let's say if I'm going out with my family, we have like a family trip, or I'm going out with my friends. Sometimes I would think about, okay, what do I need to do for work? What do I need to film? And then I realized wow, Noor, you're not really enjoying the moment. Enjoy your moment. And also, it's very sad because we live in a world full of social media. You would see people, let's say they're on a boat, they're on a trip, all they're thinking about is their phone. All they need to do, even when they go to restaurants, before they eat, what do they need to do? They need to film it. I feel like in this society, we are starting to lose just being present. And it's very important, because you may capture the moments on your phone, but it's not the same as just being aware of what's going on at that moment. So honestly, just always aim to be present, because those moments you're gonna appreciate for the rest of your life. And if you don't live and seize those moments, you're gonna regret it, I'm telling you. Now, the next thing you should fall in love with is looking after you. And when I say look after yourself, I mean you have to always be considerate of how you feel and your boundaries, which means never reciprocate your morals, values, and beliefs for nobody and no one, because those things need to be engraved in your core. Never sell your soul for anything, because if you really do, then who are you really? You're just a body with no soul, with no spirit. It's like you're not even a human anymore. and you're being controlled by somebody else or things. So always make sure you have a strong foundation. You walk away from people and situations that don't serve you, and stand up for yourself when you need to. And when I say when you need to, I'm saying that because some situations don't even deserve your energy. Like, let's say you come across a person who is a fool. Do you know that saying, never argue with a fool? So instead of like giving out your energy, no, keep your energy and God will avenge you. So that's what I mean when you need to. But let's say you're being disrespected, or let's say there's a situation that requires you to speak up. No, speak up for yourself. Now, the next thing you should fall in love with is celebrating where you are at. Listen, always remember to appreciate yourself and give yourself credit for where you are at. And I understand to some of you, you may be like, okay, I'm not where I want to be though. It's fine. Yes, you may not be where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. So appreciate where you are, be grateful for all the things you had to go through that got you to where you are right now, even if it's not where you want to be. And I always say that learn to treat yourself and celebrate yourself, even if it comes down to like small milestones. Let's say you were able to achieve a goal. Let's say you were able to finish those tasks that you set out for yourself. Treat yourself, go out, get you a massage, go out to dinner, go out on a solo trip, or like go out on a solo outing by yourself, eat your favorite food. Like, you just have to treat yourself, because best believe this will like encourage you to even do more, because you know that there's something good that's gonna come out of it, which is you treating yourself. It's like it's reminding you of how good you performed, and I think it's extremely crucial. Now, coming up next, fall in love with the little things. And here's the truth. You need to fall in love with the simplicity of life in order for you to appreciate the big things. If you don't appreciate the little things, you're not going to be able to appreciate the big things. And that's why, for instance, all the people that became successful from humble beginnings, they appreciate their success more than the people who, let's say, were born in a rich family, because they didn't work hard for their money. They don't know the value of what they have. When it comes down to people, let's say, who started from humble beginnings with nothing and they became successful, they're gonna appreciate every single thing, even the bread on their table, because they know what it feels like to be hungry, to not eat anything. That's why I tell you, if you're somebody that is fortunate enough to, be comfortable in their life, just appreciate every single thing. Even that cup of coffee in the morning, even that melody that you listen to, your morning walk, your night walk, the fact that you can move your body, appreciate good company. Some people don't have that. So it's extremely important to always be grateful for what you have, because I'm telling you, when you are grateful, God will bless you with more and more. But the person who always complains, who is never satisfied with what they have, it's like they're not going to be rewarded, because they're always complaining and they're bringing on negative energy. So always be the type of person who's grateful no matter what. Now, the next thing you must fall in love with is yourself. And of course, I'm not saying it in like an egotistical way, because at the end of the day, you shouldn't idolize yourself, then it becomes a sin. But I'm saying in a way where it's like, accept yourself for who you are, love your flaws, love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself and accept yourself, how do you expect other people to love you and accept you? You know what I mean? It always comes from within. You have to be abundant internally to have abundance externally. And that's just true. So literally, love yourself for who you are, regardless where you are at the moment. Let's say, like certain things about yourself. Maybe, of course, you might have insecurities, but that's fine. When I say love yourself, doesn't mean you should be flawless. No. Love yourself regardless. Loving yourself to the point where even if you have flaws, you accepted them so much that you love them. You don't mind. Because here's the thing, if you think that the goal should be becoming perfect, it's unattainable. It's never gonna work out. I mean, what makes you you is that you're imperfect and you have some flaws to you, and your nose is a little bit big, you've got a little bit of wrinkles, maybe. Let's say you have a different figure. It doesn't matter. Love yourself. And I always preach this. Treat yourself like somebody you care about, and don't be too harsh with yourself. Even if you've done mistakes, accept them and own them. They're your mistakes. They're your flaws. And no matter what mistake you do, it's fine. Accept it and move forward, and don't beat yourself up, because you wouldn't do that to your best friend. You wouldn't do that to somebody you care about. So why are you doing that to yourself? You're hurting yourself. Don't. Always remember, if you lose you, you lose everything. And the final thing you must fall in love with, of course, best for last, is God. God, our creator, Jesus Christ. God is the one that created you, I'm telling you. So aim to have a relationship with him, because I'm here to remind you that a life without God is a meaningless life. We were made in the image of God, so people tend to try to fill that void, by, let's say, partying, drinking. They think they're gonna find that fulfillment by things or people. They're not. The only true fulfillment you're gonna get, and the only true freedom, is by having a relationship with God. And of course, I'm a Christian, and Jesus Christ saved my life. And only when I became close to him, then I found my purpose. Then my life started to have meaning to it. God really took me out of that mud and took me out of that pit. And aim to pray and have a relationship with God, not because you want to get to heaven. Aim to do that because he deserves it, because he deserves all the worship. He deserves all that glory, because God is so good and God is great. And I'm telling you, God is going to bless you abundantly if you just put your trust in him and put your faith in him and walk by faith and not by sight. Your life is going to change once you accept God in your life. So never ever forget to fall in love with God, and I'm gonna tell you how your life is gonna fall in love with you. And yeah, guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful video. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below what you would like to see next. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram to stay connected with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.